Good morning, students. Today we are going to find the resolvent kernel. How can we find the resolvent kernel for a given kernel? So we have to find the resolvent kernel. If a kernel kxt is given, then how to find the resolvent kernel? We know that the resolvent kernel k1xt is equals to kxt, and the consequent resolvent kernels knxt are given by the result a to b kxz kn minus 1 zt dz. These are the resolvent kernel for the Fredholm integral equations. Now by using these two formula, we have to find the resolvent kernel for a given kernel. The problem for this one is we have to find the resolvent kernel, find the resolvent kernel for the kernel kxt is given as kxt is here given 1 plus x into 1 minus t, 1 plus x into 1 minus t. Kxt is given 1 plus x, 1 minus t. A is equals to minus 1 and b is equals to 0. We have to find the resolvent kernel for this given kernel kxt, where kxt is equals to 1 plus x into 1 minus t, a is equals to minus 1 and b is equals to 0. As we know that the resolvent kernel rxt lambda is given by the formula. We know that solution of the problem, then we know that the resolvent kernel is rxt lambda, this is equals to summation m is equals to 1 to infinite lambda raised to m minus 1 kmxt. This is the resolvent kernel. So the resolvent kernel is given by rxt lambda, and rxt lambda is equals to m is equals to 1 to 1 lambda raised to m minus 1 kmxt. Rather these are the iterated kernels. So the resolvent kernel in terms of iterated kernel for a given kernel is given by this relation. If we take this one as 1. Now first we find the iterated kernels. Here the iterated kernels are k1xt. The first iterated kernel, it is given as kxt, and kxt is given here is equals to 1 plus x into 1 minus t. So k1xt is given by this one. Now we find the second iterated kernel k2xt. So k2xt is given by putting m is equals to or n is equals to 2. So k2xt, we find k2xt is equals to, this is equals to integral a to b. Here a is minus 1 and b is 0. So minus 1 to 0 integral a to b kxz. Here kxt is given as 1 plus x 1 minus t. So kxz is 1 plus x 1 minus z. Kxz is this one. For this problem kxz is equals to 1 plus x 1 minus z into k1 zt. K1 zt. We can write this one as k xz k1 zt dz. Now putting the values of kxz and k1zt, we get this one as integral minus 1 to 1. Kxz is 1 plus x, 1 minus z, and k1 is zt. K1 is zt, here k1 xt we have find. So k1 is zt is equals to 1 plus z into 1 minus t dz. And this is equals to, by solving this is equals to 1 plus x outside the integral, 1 minus t is also outside integral, minus 1 to 0. The limits of integration are from minus 1 to 0, and this is 1 minus z square dz. Integrating we get, this is 1 plus x, 1 minus t into the integration of this one is z minus z cube by 3, and the limits are from minus 1 to 0. If we put the limits, then we get this is equals to 1 plus x, 1 minus t. If you put it, z is equals to 0, then it is 0, minus plus 1, minus 1 upon 3. So this is 2 upon 3 into 1 plus x, 1 minus t. So k2xt is equals to 2 upon 3 into 1 plus x into 1 minus t. Now we find the third iterated kernel k3xt. So k3xt by the formula, this is equals to integral a to b kxz into kn minus 1, that is k2 zt, kxz into k2 zt dz. By putting the values of a and b and these kernels, we get this one minus 1 to 0. Kxz is 1 plus x into 1 minus z, and k2xt is this one, so 2 upon 3 zt, so 1 plus z into 1 minus t dz. Solving this, we get this is equals to 1 plus x outside integral, 1 minus t outside integral, 2 by 3 outside integral, and remaining are minus 1 to 0, 1 minus z square dz. If we integrate this, we get 2 by 3, 1 plus x, 1 minus t into z minus z cube upon 3, and the limits are minus 1 to 0. Putting these values, we get 2 upon 3 whole square into 1 plus x, 1 minus t. So in this manner, we find the subsequent iterated kernels k1xt, k2xt and k3xt. If we proceed in the same way, we find the mth iterated kernel. Similarly, we find the mth iterated kernel kmxt. So kmxt is equals to 2 by 3 raised to m minus 1 into 1 plus x, 1 minus t. This is the mth iterated kernel. Now, with the help of this iterated kernel, we have to find the resolvent kernel. So resolvent kernel Rxt lambda. By equation first, this is equals to summation m is equals to 1 to infinite, m is equals to Rxt lambda summation m is equals to 1 to infinite lambda raised to m minus 1 kmxt. So the resolvent kernel Rmxt is equals to summation m is equals to 1 to infinite lambda raised to m minus 1 into kmxt. If we put these values, so this is summation m is equals to 1 to infinite lambda raised to m into kmxt is 2 by 3 raised to m minus 1, 1 minus x into 1 minus t. So this is equals to 1 minus x into 1 minus t outside the summation, and this is summation m is equals to 1 to infinite 2 lambda upon 3 raised to m minus 1. Or we can write it as 1 minus x 1 minus t. If you take the summation, then this is, if we take m is equals to 1, this is 2 by lambda, 2 lambda by 3. If we take m is equals to 1, then this is 1 plus 2 lambda by 3 plus 2 lambda by 3 whole square, and so on. These are the infinite terms. Now if we sum the infinite series, then we get it is equals to 1 minus x 1 minus t into 1 upon 1 minus 2 lambda upon 3. This is for the provided of value of lambda. This exists if 2 lambda upon 3 is less than 1. Means this is equals to 1 minus x 1 minus t into 3 upon 3 minus 2 lambda, provided 2 lambda upon 3, that is lambda is less than 3 by 2. So the resolvent kernel is rxt lambda is equals to 3 upon 2 minus 3 minus 2 lambda into 1 minus x 1 plus x rather, this is not 1 minus x, this is 1 plus x, this is 1 plus x 1 plus x 1 plus x 1 plus x. So 1 plus x into 1 minus t. So in this manner we can find the resolvent kernel for a given kernel for the Predholm integral equation of second kind. Thank you very much.